guys, Matt Lemke here with 3Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. I'm at Origins Game Fair, but you knew that. But you didn't know that I'm with Travis from Renegade Games.
No.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I just rescheduled that interview. I'm having a bad day, people. You can read about that on my Facebook page, and this is Atlas. They did 3 cheers because that was good, and I like it still. Buy it. Play me.
If you enjoy 3 cheers, Cogs and Commisars coming out is going to be fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's another light take-that card game.
Well, I hate the math at the end, the scoring. I hate the scoring, but I love the game. I love watching the towers fall.
Yes.
Is there any chance we'll get a 3D version?
That would be kind of fun, but not that I'm aware of.
Like those little foam piece things that they make those puzzles out of?
That would be fun. Or actually a live human version.
That would be dangerous. But anyway, we're going to talk about what's going on, and then we're going to look at Cursed Court. Oh, you can't see that, so why'd I do that? And talk about Cursed Court, which came out last year, right?
Yep, came out in December of 2017.
December, that's almost last year.
It basically is.
I mean, it's 2017, calendar year. So, let's talk about what's coming. Well, yeah, what's coming up with that Atlas? Yes, Atlas.
Cogs and Commisars is probably our biggest one.
And that's a drafting game?
Yep. Well, out of the box, it is pre-made decks, right? Because nobody knows all the cards that are going to be in it. Because each faction will have a power, and those powers affect the cards that are played. In Cogs and Commisars, you are trying to get a robot revolution to succeed. It's kind of set in 1950 Soviet-era Russia, but it's all robots. So you want to generate enough citizens that you have enough people that you can have a revolution succeed. And each of the decks will come out, and they're mathematically close, so anyone has a chance to win.
Okay.
All of the decks have a preset 12 cards, and then you play with a 30-card deck. So once you understand all of the different cards, then you start to go through and draft the cards that go on top of your 12. So you can draft cards that are really focused to your faction, or if I'm paying attention to the people around me, okay, you're this faction. I might want to keep some of these away from you. But out of the box, it's pre-made decks, so they're all equal.
And how many factions are there going to be?
There's going to be 6.
6.
So it plays 2 to 6 players.
And are they all Russian, or are they different countries?
It's all Soviet era Russian.
All Soviet Russian.
Yeah, all of the robot names are based off of Soviet leaders, Russian leaders.
Okay. And what else? Anything else new, cool coming up?
Coming out that I could talk about, honestly, no.
Okay, well,
I know a bunch of stuff, but I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about, so I really shouldn't. I mean, I would love to say some things, but I just...
Here's $50 in cursed tokens.
So yeah, I can't...
I try. He clearly has not had enough bourbon at this show.
Yeah, true. I work from 8 in the morning till 10 at night here, so I stay in this booth 14 hours a day.
Yes. Yeah, I like the new booths. What about you? You like the...
I like being in the gaming hall. It's a lot more fun. We have obviously a much bigger area. All of the event tickets that we sell, or that Origins sells, those events all run through this booth. Whereas the other booth is just selling, and one area is just demo, and that's all it is. So I like this because you can come in early in the morning and you'll have people shopping and not having to worry about being in the exhibit hall. That opens up at 10, and then after 6 it'll get busier again over here. So it's a good steady flow of traffic.
Yeah. I do definitely like the changes. So what about at Gen Con? Do you have any monsterful plans for Gen Con?
I wish we did. We tried to get Cogs ready for Gen Con. Unfortunately, it's production just going to take, getting it ready to print took longer than we wanted. So it's going to be out in September, October.
We have prototypes at Gen Con?
I've got prototypes here. I mean, if we could stop the camera, I could run over and grab one.
Yeah, we can do that.
So I've got most of the art. So here we've got Androidopov and his faction deck.
Oh, there we go. I'm a pro.
He's better. I'm just looking at the little screen.
Reference card.
We've got Artificial Stall Intelligence. Go Robot Chev.
The Gulag.
Auto Marks, and Simulenin. And the base cards in everybody's deck are going to be Propaganda, Counter Propaganda, and one Revolution card. Which I can't find real quick, so of course.
That's okay. So since we kind of got sidetracked with the prototype, what's the base idea of the game? I mean, how do you win? The object is to crush your opponents, right?
Now, the winning condition is make sure your revolution goes off. You can start to try and have a revolution happen at 15 citizens. At 20 citizens, no one can stop you. So once I have 15 citizens in front of me, and we have the proletariat, the bourgeois, and the commissars, they're all worth 1, 2, or 3. Once 15 points are in front of me, I can try and get my revolution to go off. Everyone can stop me at that point and stop my revolution. Once I have 20 citizens in front of me, you can no longer stop my revolution. So it's important not to keep everyone below 20 so that they just don't win automatically. But everybody's got cards that, like the propaganda, just steals citizens over.
So there's a little bit of like a banking economy type thing in the game.
Yep.
Some drafting.
And then, like out of the box, you don't have to draft at all. But disarm the citizens. Cards cannot be played in response to this card or the next card I play. You've got propaganda, intercept transmission. That's look at another player's hand and play a card from it. You can double think, so draw extra cards. The counter propaganda, all it does is counters the propaganda card. Increase production. You can produce citizens for each card you've got, or each proletariat. Let's see. Deactivate dissenters. You can choose a player, send a third of their proletariat to the gulag, rounded down. So all kinds of fun things. And each faction has a power, so most of the cards are based off of it. So like Auto Marks, every time a card I play is countered, I produce a citizen or draw a card. Okay? And producing a citizen, you just flip over the top card of your deck, and it shows you what type of citizen to build based off of the color of star. So like in this case, if I flip that over, I would produce a Commissar, which is worth 3 victory points, or 3 citizens.
All right, sweet. So now, I guess we go on to Cursed Court.
Yeah, Cursed Court's our game that came out. We're going to deal out secret information. I dealt them face up because it's easier to show how the game works for that first round. And then we just hide everything. So, Matt knows the Duke off to his right. Matt and I both share the information of the assassin. I know the priestess to my left, and everybody knows the king, which there on the board. Okay, so like I had placed a bet down here on the Regis side because I knew the assassin and the king based off of a secret and what was revealed to everyone. Now Matt would know that all 3 of those pieces are there.
So I placed the bet there because it's smart, right?
Right, but to take a bet away from me because only one person can have a bet on a location.
Okay.
That's what the chips represent, is protection. Now, I didn't know all 3, so I didn't put any influence there to hold it. So, to knock me off of a bet where I put 0 chips takes 1 chip. Now, Matt knows all 3 of those pieces are actually there. He's going to want to protect that. That is worth 3 victory points, and that's no small amount of victory points. So, he may put any number of chips, at least 1. If it's 3, I would usually put 6. Because to knock a bet off of a location requires double or more.
Okay.
So if you put 6 chips there and knock me off, I would have to place 12 chips there to take that away from him.
How many chips do you start with?
20. Everybody has 20. So that takes 60% of my influence to be able to knock you off of there. But if it's the only 3 points I know I'm going to get, I might do so. So that's 3, 4.
And I won't be able to knock you off again.
Nope, because you only have 20. But again, that takes 60% of my resources to be able to do that. So I put my 12 chips there. Now, I only have 8 chips left to hold any other positions on the board, whereas you have access to all 20 of yours still. Now, before we reveal any more cards, you would replace your bet.
Oh, well then I'd probably go here with like 1 chip. Right? Oh no, because I don't know she's there.
You don't know she's here. You know these 2 and the king.
So I know
So you might bet on just one of the you might just go, you know
so
what?
you can bet this way.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, all of the different angles. So it's all the vertical lines are covered.
And all the
horizontal lines. You have the diagonals. And then in each corner, and if you look at the bottom of the scrolls, it actually has a little picture.
Oh,
that
nice.
shows
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So in each corner is a collection of three nobles.
Why wouldn't I bet here then?
Because you only know one. You don't know these two.
So
are
this
out.
is a shirt.
Yeah, you know that's a sure thing, and you might want to wait for more information to come out.
Okay.
Now, somebody sitting across the table from us also has secrets, so you can learn what they know. You might learn that the priestess is here because of the way we bet, because the guy and I who share that information might bet on that. So deducing what everybody else knows makes your bets a stronger bet. Like the fact that you would put 6 chips there tells me that you know more than the king and the assassin for that. But I didn't know the Duke was out.
Right.
Right? So I'm going to guess that with 6 chips, you knew all 3. I'll take that away from you.
It's a crazy way to bluff.
Yes, it is. But remember, when you bluff, 2 people know that information, so your bluffs have to have some truth. Like if you know there isn't a queen, but you know 3 of the other 4 for the tower, you might drop 4 or 5 chips there, making everyone think you know the queen is out.
Right.
And if they don't pay attention to all the other bets on the table and go, wait a minute, nobody else is betting on the queen, that's a stupid bet. I'm not going to take that. So it's paying attention to how other people bet. It's a good deduction game. But in each season, we'll reveal a card. So right now is the king, then we would reveal another king. So now your bet went from 1 to 2 because individual nobles are worth more depending on how many copies of their card come up. After 2 cards are up, everybody puts a second bet out. Then we reveal a 3rd card. There's the sorceress. Then we reveal a 4th card. And once all 4 cards have been revealed for the 4 seasons, everybody has their 4 bets on the table. All of the secrets now come to the tableau as well. So now, this is what actually happened in our year. So we had a sacrifice would have happened. The regicide would have happened. This corner over here, the carnival happens. This corner over here, the revolt happens because of the cards that are laid out on the table. But like the feast doesn't happen because there isn't a queen. There's no tower happens, no chapel happens. So a good bluff will throw everybody off. Like, you know, if somebody had bluffed that the queen was there, that will pull a lot of bets to that middle, meaning the outside is more open to find things. You score at the end of each year, you get all your chips back, and you just do that process 2 more times. It plays over the 3 years. So, like in our first year, you can see on the board that orange had 8 victory points, the white person had 6 victory points, red had 3, and green had 2. And then you just play 2 more years like that, based off of what happens, and you're just trying to guess what everybody knows. My favorite part of the game, after playing probably at least 1,000 times, is trying to guess what the different cards are that are secret before they reveal them. So, just to go, it's like, okay, I think you guys know the merchant, you know, because this is how you guys bet. I think you guys know the merchant. I think that's the jester. Like my dad and I both really enjoy that, trying to guess what the other person knows before we reveal.
I could definitely see how that is a very fun part of the game.
Yep.
Because then you're not only playing the board, you're playing the people.
Yeah. And a good bluff, it will throw off a lot of bets.
Interesting. So how long is full gameplay?
Under an hour. Like each year takes 15, 20 minutes.
That's very nice. Very nice. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys. Well, I think that's how I should wave bye. But anyway, bye. Thank you. All right. Oh, I didn't do shameless promotion. Oh well.